John Cleese Live more dangerous than our balloon segment for sure.
Well, it may sound delicious, but there's nothing appealing about the sandwich generation. It refers to a group of adults, typically in their 30s or 40s, who are stuck bringing up their own children while also caring for ageing parents. In fact, about 1.5 million Aussies fall into the multi-generational caregiver category.
And the sandwich generation is swelling. Adult kids are staying in the family home for longer, and the needs of the elderly, of course, are greater. But the financial burden of being caught in the middle is heavy. So, what's the solution?
For more, we welcome back financial commentator and founder of The Inner Money Journey, Betsy Westcott. Hi, Betsy.
Hello.
Hey.
Paint a picture for us. Why is the financial burden so heavy for those who are in the sandwich generation, stuck in the middle?
Yeah, well, as the name suggests, it's really hitting from both sides. You've got caring for the younger generation and caring for the elder generation. And it really impacts the finances as well as the physical and emotional well-being. And let's be honest, it's mostly impacting women. But for those in the sandwich generation, they're spending about $10,000 a year extra in supporting both generations. And then it costs them about 25 hours a week of extra caregiving time. So it affects their ability to work and earn income, and it also ups the expenses.
Now, research shows that these carers are more likely to turn down promotions and the like at work for fear of burnout. Does more need to be done to support people in this situation? A bit of flexibility in the workplace, do you think?
Absolutely, because when you've got a full-time job and then you're also caring at home, it can feel like you're on the clock 24/7. So offering flexibility in the workplace, whether that's flexible working locations, the hours, the patterns of work, maybe a 4-day work week, or even some extra caring leave allowance, can make a huge difference. The good news is it's actually good for business as well. It lowers the employee turnover rate, it boosts morale, it reduces absenteeism, so it's a win for both the worker and business.
Yeah.
Right. Do you think the bosses see it that way?
I would hope so.
Right,
Let's hope so.
or beginning to. We're seeing the emergence of a double-decker sandwich. Okay, that sounds concerning.
Yeah, it's anything but delicious. So that's when typically someone in their 60s is caught between looking after their grandchildren, so their adult children can work, and then looking after elderly parents. And we had this exact situation in our family as well. And I mean, it does have some upside in that it gives an opportunity for elder bonding between the generations, and it gives them a sense of purpose. But if you're also working full-time, it can really spell burnout because you just don't have the time to prioritise your finances, your well-being, or your physical health.
Okay, let's get some tips from you now. You need to say we need to have a relatively open conversation with our parents about their money situation, where they are in the financial state.
Yes, now this can be a tricky conversation because no parent wants to hear from their children about what they need to be doing or should be doing. But if you have the conversation up front, it can have a really positive outcome for everyone. So first thing you want to talk about is what's your financial situation? What's the income that you have, the expenses, and what maybe savings or assets are able to support them in this season of life. Then look at your government support that is available. You don't want to be leaving money on the table. So things like Medicare, social services, and also what is the long care options.
Okay, and get your paperwork sorted.
Yes, so important. You need to know what it is and where it is in case someone loses their capacity. And we're talking about wills, power of attorney, advanced health directives, and enduring guardianship. So important.
When it comes to setting a budget for multiple people and multiple bills, where do you start?
Well, it's the same recipe every time, isn't it? What's the income coming in? What are the expenses going out? And are you spending less or more than you earn? So obviously you want to be spending less than you earn. And as a carer, it's really important you do prioritise your own financial well-being, share the load amongst the family, and keep in mind those long-term financial goals like planning for your own retirement, paying off debt, or even things like holidays and getting a little break.
Okay, let's talk about savings for a second. How can we put money aside if everything's so tight already? If there is no extra money to put aside, how does it work?
It can be tough. So the best place to start is with those big ticket items, those big bills. So say it's your mortgage, you might renegotiate the rate, that'll save you a lot of money. Or even your insurances and utility bills. Those big companies, they want you as a customer, so make the most of that bargaining power. Then there's everyday hacks like savings apps, cashback apps, a little bit of entertaining at home or meal planning can be really, really helpful. When it comes to boosting your income, that can be tricky as a carer, you have less time, but definitely go for those pay rises, or if you're a shift worker, look for the shifts with the optimal hourly rate. So maybe you're a nurse, maybe doing night shifts might give you more bang for your buck.
Working weekends, maybe during the load that way. Okay, really good tips there. Thank you, Betsy.
Thank you.
See you.